Hey, what's up? It's BZ again for another I Yap and Play. Today we're going to be doing Minecraft. Been a while since I played Minecraft, and I guess just really quick about this map. It's fun fact about this map is actually I've had this since what 2011 or maybe even 2010. I keep forgetting, but yeah, it's been 16 years almost. Yeah, 16 years since I've started this map along with my friends from high school, college. Really interesting. Um, I guess the reason why I went back to playing Minecraft again is just because I was looking for something more relaxing, something more sandboxy, and yeah, I see a lot of people also add textures, shaders, something to make the game look a lot better. For some reason, this game is running really weird, but I mean, it is what it is. I can't really complain about it. I think I'm just really abusing the shaders for this, but yeah. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. Just giving you a quick tour. Probably going to be losing a bit of concentration over the game because of my stories. And do know, if my stories ever interest you, if you do like this kind of format, let me know. If somehow some of my stories trigger you, uh, yeah, let me know again. And also, you know, there's free will, and just either comment how much you don't like it or just don't watch the video at all. It's up to you what you want to do. But I appreciate taking criticisms, both positive and negative. For me, it's a way for me to improve overall as a person and as a gamer as well. Yeah. So with that, I'm not going to claim that I'm professional or that I'm a know-it-all. We do have life choices, so a lot of my stories can get really personal. I could get triggering for a lot. Could also get very boring and too personal for a couple of you. And again, it is my channel, and like I said, everyone has their right to voice their own opinions about it. So yeah, I guess we could start with the gameplay. I don't know, it's kind of yeah, it's a little too slow right now. I guess we can slowly let's see here. Do two chunks. Hopefully that speed up everything. Yeah, it's a lot quicker. And I also think, besides the shader, there are a lot of animals in my old map. I'll just give you an example. Yeah, so like I said, this is a 10 yeah, like a 16-year-old map. So whatever we had back in college and oh yeah, back in college, let's say college, back in freshman year of college is technically what we still have here, with the exception of shaders. So yeah, once again, I just wanted to ask, how you been? You ever do like a quick checkup or assessment on yourself? Because a lot of times, people tend to forget. You know, I don't want to say forget, but they tend to kind of neglect their mental health. And for me, I'm a huge advocate for mental health or wellness. Fact. Just to give you a quick background, I know a lot of people wouldn't take this positively. So a couple of people would probably like, I guess, mock me for this, but I did study life coaching. For me, it wasn't the idea that, oh, it's easy to get a life coaching job or a business, and it's easy to make money off of it, like a pseudo or like a fake therapist. But really, it's not the reason why I chose to study life coaching. My field, or rather, what I wanted to do for life coaching was more towards, I guess, business and career wise. I wanted to understand like what are some things people did in their childhood or in their past that affected their current career choice or the path that they wanted to, because a lot of it stems from I guess experiences, or I mean life choices, traumas, and anything else. Like a lot of, you could say a lot of people, they in the beginning they wanted to be like a doctor, any noble profession, but somehow they veer towards something else. And with my life coaching, I usually ask questions that would be like, hey, so I know you originally wanted to be this or that. What made you change overall? What made you change your trajectory in terms of career? And, if they're still interested in pursuing whatever it is. At the same time, it's not about forcing them to like think about it and like go back to their choice, go back to their like preferred work or anything like that. It's more of like, hey, I just want to make sure that you're, happy with the choices that you made in regards to like the kind of work you're doing. Because in the end, it is what you're going to be doing for the rest. I won't say for the rest of your life, but for like a huge chunk or portion of your life. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people already know this. It's pretty obvious, but you gotta love what you're doing. I get it. Some people would, take a high paying job, just to keep themselves, uh, I guess just to take care of themselves and their family. But how long, how long does it take for that kind of job to destroy you inside and, hurt you mentally until you can't take it no more? So that's my kind of approach to it. And, for me, it's not forcing you to find, a replacement or another job, but really it's for me to make sure that you're okay with what you're doing and it's not hurting you or anyone else within your life. That's the kind of life coaching I do. And of course, there's some people as well who have no idea what they want to do. Um, I guess the best thing I could tell them is basically, or I usually ask them like, where are you at right now? Are you happy with the things that you're currently doing? And if you could be doing anything in the world right now, you know, let's say you had all the resources, aka money, and the time, what would you rather be doing now? It's one of those questions that I had to ask, well, of course, so I can understand where they want to be at this point and what they really want to do moving forward. And you know, it's not really me solving anyone's problem. It's me giving people tools to solve the problem on their own. Because at the end of the day, just like just like a relationship, you know, um, it's not gonna be one person fixing everything. It's gonna be two people helping each other out. But you know, it's a personal problem you got to deal with, and it's something that you don't want anyone else to help you out with. Then yeah, sure, you could say it's your responsibility to fix it on your. And people are just there to technically support you and not meddle too much to your business. Yeah. Um, you guys are probably wondering, yeah, I'm playing on creative mode. I'm just going around my old map looking for places that I used to visit or places I used to build things in, and yeah, I'll get back to my old map. So I guess just a quick story. Um, lately I've been talking to a couple of coworkers. We were talking about how I guess we were recovering from the idea of imposter syndrome. I think nowadays it's pretty normal to have imposter syndrome. For those who don't know, it's technically feeling like you don't deserve certain things. You get these things, but at the same time you feel like you don't deserve them. I guess just to give you guys an example, I recently switched jobs because I felt like the old job that I have. I mean, don't get me wrong, it paid a lot. Like, it paid like three times three times what I used to get, and to me it was a huge thing. But at the end of the day, if you're working in a toxic environment where you don't feel it's safe, you don't feel that the company can be trusted anymore, you'd rather not. You'd rather not like go along with it because at the end, I at the end of the day, I really don't want to feel that guilt in me that I'm staying in a company where people are outright getting screwed over without being able to like express themselves. And I don't like that. So I had to make that decision. Well, it really took me quite a while because I think it took a couple of people to like ask me about how I'm feeling at work because I did appreciate work for quite a while until I felt that it wasn't fun anymore. Or rather, I wouldn't say fun. But it felt like it wasn't rewarding anymore. Because, just to give you guys an idea, I worked in recruitment for quite a while. It was almost like my life. And, yeah. And so, it became to, it came to a point where, I guess the company's needs were too unrealistic. And my whole team and I were already stressed. Being a director or being like a head of a department, of course, everything falls on you. That's how I felt. And if the team doesn't perform, it's not it's I mean it's not just your workers, but it's also you because it means you're either really bad at managing or you're not doing enough to give the team the resources. And yeah, it sucks. You know, as much as as much as I wanted to ask for a budget and for certain tools that we need, but then we had to justify why budget wise, even though already did like a report, like here's how much it's gonna cost and how much it's gonna change the trajectory of this and that, blah 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 blah. The fact that they still don't trust you with with your report, that's a huge slap to the face because I've already given them a full explanation and transparency as well with why we need the tools itself. And you know I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. And I feel like the people I've been working with, I mean, not my team, but uh, I guess the higher ups were going in a different direction from what I initially thought the company would be. And to me, a lot of their decisions were a bit unfair and unjust. You know, and even if I wanted to speak out, it's still one of those things where it still would have been going their way, still would have gone their way actually. So yeah, later on, I I think it was around December where I think yeah, it was around December. I think after Christmas or so, we had a quick talk with my uncle. He was telling me how proud he was of me because of how far I've gone in terms of career, and I haven't told him that I was planning on looking for, I guess, like a new work or a new job. Then he asked me if I really liked what I was doing and if it's something that I can see myself doing for a long time. Because he had that kind of dilemma as well. A couple, I guess, like 10 years ago as well. Where he told me he was done just being like a regular 9 to 5 uh in office person. Like he also wanted like his own business. He still wanted this and that. And next thing he followed his dreams. He worked his ass off. Has his own little. I mean, he still works for he works for a different company, but at least he's doing something that he likes now instead of just sitting and just doing normal office work. Well, now he actually goes around uh, like different places and talks to. I'm not gonna say seminar, but yeah, I guess he does some seminars as well, you know, which is really cool because it's like totally different from the idea of just sitting down, just typing away all day. He told me, yeah, so if you're ever deciding to look for a job, always think about where you are currently. If you do like what you're doing, if you see yourself doing that for like the next 5 to 6 years or something, 5 to 10 years, and that woke me up, and I told myself, okay, yeah, so I really don't want to be surrounded with the most toxic people ever, and I'm done with the idea of doing the same things over and over again. I needed something more engaging instead of just talking, calling, interviewing. Or I mean, I barely do interviews nowadays since I've been doing head of recruitment. It's really just typing, and doing research. So yeah, that led to my decision to just leaving a head of a department or a director. And what I ended up doing is really something else that I wasn't expecting that I'd be doing, even though I've already done this before. Except it has something to do with AI. And no, I'm not someone who makes graphics with AI or videos or anything like that with AI, but it has something to do with onboarding and training. So yeah, um, I I guess yeah, that's the direction I went towards, and now I'm doing a lot more things. I'm not gonna say that I'm getting paid a lot this time around. I mean, I'm getting paid well, but not as much as I was getting paid as a head of a department. But now have more time to think, and a lot in my mind is a lot clearer, which is really which is really amazing because peace of mind is always better than, I guess, selling yourself out for money till you know till next thing you know you just can't take it anymore. So I'm glad I made that decision. And I guess for some of you guys, if you ever decided to, if you ever wanted to like leave your job or find like a new calling or something, just make sure you first really think about where you'll be and where you want to be and if you're going to be enjoying your next endeavor. Don't just jump the gun. Plan ahead in regards to, of course, what your budget's going to be for the next maybe 3 to 4 months, because usually the hiring process is horrible. It's long, and there will be a lot of rejections. And it does take a while for you to get like an actual job here and there. So, yeah. Other than that, you know, what's really, what really matters in the end is if you're happy with what you're doing, then great. Not find find something different. Find something that find something relatively close to what you're passionate about. But do also think about, who you're providing and you're providing for, and like, if it's just you, the perfect, and if it's gonna sustain you, great. If it's something you're gonna love doing for the next how many years, even better. It has a if it has a pathway for growth, amazing. More power to you. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been through for the last couple of months or so. Other than that, a lot of the conversations I've had with my coworkers have been in regards to, yeah, like I said, imposter syndrome. So getting back to the imposter syndrome, I was always wondering if I deserved this kind of a job where I feel so peaceful and that I'm not surrounded by toxic people this time around. And that's funny because we did laugh a lot when I asked that question, because it did seem silly. Like, of- yeah, of course you deserve a better job or a better company that listens to you, that actually has like great people. Because for the past decade, I've been in companies where people have been trash, I swear, and people have been backstabbing and like just overall really nasty people. And it's almost like a trauma to where whatever your company you're going to be working for, they'll just expect to have or to work with these kind of people again, or you're bound to be a part of a company once again with like really toxic people. For some reason, this company has been really different, and I haven't, just based on like the people I've been talking to, I haven't felt any malice from anyone, which is really amazing, and I'm really, really grateful for it. And even one of my coworkers that I worked with before told me about it. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna love it here. Like, remember our old work? Yeah, our work was like people there were horrible, but over here you'll just really appreciate it." And yeah, I'm really grateful for him to the fact that he was able to recommend me signing up for this company. And yeah, now I'm enjoying everything. And I did tell him at first that I wasn't used to the idea of working with great people or with like actual honest, caring, supportive people. And he laughed at me like, "Oh, it must have been the trauma from company we last worked at." And yeah, and to me, I thought it was the idea of me being supported and helped was very different, and that's where the imposter syndrome was. Like, I thought I deserved to basically do things on my own, because I'm supposed to be that person people can rely on. But yeah, slowly I've been been accepting the idea that, yeah, I do deserve this kind of positive treatment from a company to where I get to be supported because I've been through a lot. I've been through, promotions. I've been through rejections. And some around, yeah, I need people to support me now. Instead of me always the one supporting people. And it feels good. It feels really cool. And yeah, I mean, after a while, there were some people who I used to work with that reached out. They were asking me, "Hey, are you currently hiring at your new company?" And it was just hard for me to, I guess, it was hard for me to refer them because they were those people who were really toxic, and I really don't want them to taint taint to join the company because I didn't want that kind of environment again where I had to dread working with them. So yeah. Other than that, no. Life for me is just about improving nowadays. I know I don't have like the best health ever. I mean, ever since I did graveyard shift. So, I started working out again and eating healthier. Just making sure that someone at this age be healthy without any joint issues or any I guess any other health issues in general. That's something I'm just trying to avoid so I can continue doing whatever I'm doing. Like, let's say this, games, my passion, and everything else. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what's going on with my life. Guess we're gonna be talking about the game right now. Yeah, so Minecraft was a huge part of my late high school years, maybe senior year, or maybe even college. I already forgot when Minecraft came out, but this actually, this game actually helped me connect with my friends because a lot of my friends in college moved around, and yeah, the distance is really tough. So one of the things that we did was we opened up Hamachi because that was like one of the better ways to play co-op, and we played Minecraft for hours. And funny enough, this is the OG map. This was the map that where we all started. And for 16 years now, I've saved it. Yeah, I still play it. It's up to this day, it's still amazing to see how much we've created back in college. And to me, this is a testament of, you know, how how awesome our friendship was with the rest of the gang, and how much we trusted each other with kinds of things we wanted to build for our town, for our village. And nowadays, we all have our own families and our own little lives. we all got to tend to. So yeah, it's kind of difficult getting people back together, and there are people who are just, you know, I don't want to say out of touch, but we can't get a hold of them anymore. It's probably something they don't do anymore, play anymore. You know, they lost interest in playing video games in general. So we can't really force them. It's the way life works. That's totally fine. Yeah. And right now, the reason why I got back to this, I think I said it earlier, it's just really, me having a lot more time for myself. Um, just trying to relax nowadays with just trying to relax, play video games, and trying YouTube again because we used to have a different channel. But really, I wanted to make a YouTube channel for myself instead of the group. Just because I wanted to find my own style, my own niche, and I feel like if I ever was to create my own channel, which I did, this is my channel, it'd be something that would describe me the most, which is just someone who's randomly chill and realistic. And that's what I wanted my channel to be, more of like a therapeutic, realist type of gaming. If it's too boring, that's fine. I don't mind being called boring for my videos, but if it's interesting, if my stories or my advice are like really helpful, great. Then I appreciate you a lot. But once again, like I said, hopefully I don't want anyone to take everything into heart. I'm not right. I'm not always right. Uh, I may be like a walking contradiction. I may say the wrong things, and I may, like I said, contradict a lot of things that I say, believe in. But I'm a person. I'll admit if I'm wrong, and there's always room for growth for me. So I'll always be, I guess, aware of things when I'm wrong, when I need to speak up. But for the most part, I wouldn't really call myself a role model. Besides that, you know, um, if you ever feel like you just want to relax, well, listen to my stories, want to hear my, I guess, experiences in life. Yeah, feel free to keep visiting this. I'll create more of my IAP plays. Like I said, I do get personal, and if you do feel offended, if you feel bored of my videos, there's free will. You can either quit watching the videos or stop watching videos, or you can comment how much you don't like it or how much you like it, how much it's helped you throughout, your day. If it did help you go to sleep, amazing. If it helped you study, cool. Then perfect. So yeah. Other than that, I guess it's been, yeah, this has been my map. I really don't know what else to make here. Possibly thinking of like maybe a city or something. Or something with roads. I say roads, like street roads or drivable roads or something like that. But that's something totally different. I don't know. Could be something something I might not be able to do right now, especially with how busy work has been. So yeah. Let's see. Maybe add a couple here. I guess if I were to have more stories, uh, I guess what it's like to be someone who's 30 and still, trying to be in the what do you call it? Trying to be in like the dating. I'll say I'm like into like the dating thing right now, but to me, dating isn't really a problem. It's really connecting with like the right kind of people, right kind of women around this point. Because I guess this is just an example. I'm just not really into younger women. Like I'm in my mid 30s. I'd rather be someone like between 28 or maybe even 29 or the same age as me. Between that age, it's just that it's a maturity factor. You can't really. I guess what I'm looking for is like maturity or emotional stability. And for me, I've I'm already done with the idea of like, dang, I need like a 10. And 'cause in real life, you could have a 10, but they could be such a huge problem. I just want someone who's mentally stable, someone who's presentable, someone that you can be proud of. They can you can I guess show to your mom, me introduce your parents, kind of thing. And right now, I'm in that position of not caring as much of like who I'm gonna be dating. Uh, I'm not in any hurry to marry or anything like that in particular, or I don't really have a deadline, or I don't have that. I'm not really thinking of like, hey, I should be married at this point, or hey, I should get married before I die. Like if it's, if I remain like this, if I just have a girlfriend, that's it. The rest of my life, that's fine. If I don't have any kids, that's fine. If I stay single, that's fine. It's my decision. It's not like no one likes me or anything. For me, it's really easy for me to get to know people, to date. Confidence is never a problem for me. I've always been a conversationalist. I've always had, good questions, great topics, and all that. But when sometimes I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. Like I'm just comfortable with where I am. Then oh well, like that's it. I'm not gonna force anything. But I guess going back to me being a part of the dating scene, so like I'm not really sold on the idea of me wanting to go back to the dating scene. I've recently tried uh not Tinder but Bumble and matched with a lot of women. It was really interesting meeting a couple of them and talking to a couple of them. One was almost like like a good match, but then, like I said, the idea of emotional maturity really screwed everything over. That's when I realized that, like, hey, I'm someone who's very, transparent. Someone's very vocal. Like, if there's something that I have to let you know, I'll let you know. And in return, you just have to be patient with who I am as a person, because I'm a very low maintenance person. And sometimes I need time for myself as well. And if I feel like something is wrong already, we should have time to talk about it. That's always gonna be like one of my golden rules. And fortunately, that person didn't, didn't honor it to me. that was a sign of disrespect. And the thing is, I respected their ideas, I respected their hobbies and everything else, but they weren't able to respect my needs. Where, hey, look, I just wanted transparency, I wanted understanding, but they couldn't do that. So it was a no-no for me. Oh well, not a huge loss for me. But then again, like I said, it's not the most important thing right now for me. There is someone who's really kind to me, always checks up on me, appreciates what I believe in, and to me that's enough. I don't want to, right now I don't need anyone else to like feel good about myself, anything like that. I guess I'm happy with just being myself, just being by myself. And I'm not, if it ever comes to that point where I have to make a decision if I do want to get along with this person I'm talking to or whatever, I feel like she's a good person. She's a really great person. If it comes to that, then it comes to that, and I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be surprised. So with that, guess that was my only thing with the dating scene. It wasn't because I was desperate or anything like that. No, I was just really bored one day because I have like I said, I have a lot more time to do things, but the only thing that's keeping me busy really would be music and random projects I like to do, aka learning. And like I said, I just wanted to see like, hey, screw it, see what I can get from downloading, Bumble, and see what kind of women I can meet. And it was just fun. It was fun seeing people like talking to them about their interests, seeing how often they would talk about things and what their beliefs are and all that interest. And something that I realized about the dating scene, or rather not dating scene, but like the women that I attract, was that, because for me, I guess I could consider myself an ambivert, but leaning towards being extrovertedness. I mean, you can't really tell by my voice, because I know I'm very, I don't want to say my voice is super boring or dry or whatever, but yeah, I guess I lean more towards the extrovertedness because I really do like talking to people. And there are times where I get really, really excited about things that I talk nonstop. And I do like parties and gatherings and all that. But what I've realized is a lot of the things that a lot of the women that I've been getting or matching with were introverts. And I don't know, maybe it's just the way that I quoted my profile, not quoted, but the way I set up my profile and like the things that I like. Because of course, me being me being real, I gotta put pictures of my dogs. That's something that I really, really want is someone to be good with animals. Because that's a huge thing for me. I love animals, especially dogs. I love dogs. I have 2 dogs. Something about me. And studies say that if someone loves dogs or animals, for the most part, you know, they're kind people. They're kind-hearted in general. So that says a lot for me. And I think that's pretty much it. And I guess a lot of people I've matched as well, for some reason, like K-pop and K-drama. So they'd always ask me about what K-dramas I watch, and truth be told, I don't really watch K-drama or anything. I mean, I've seen a clip or two for like the really popular ones, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. But I just keep matching with women who somehow love K-drama and K-pop, and I just, you know, I can't answer them whenever they ask me like what my favorite group is or what my favorite show is. And I tell them I don't think I wrote it in my profile that I listen to K-pop, but I did put in my profile that I do listen to music in general, and I do like music. That's what I'm passionate about. I guess that's like the way that they generalize things in Bumble, but yeah. So with that, I guess that's like something that I've just noticed, and I really have nothing else to say about the dating scene except for the fact that you do get to meet really cool people, you know. Aside from like the really unique people, the really unique individuals, you also get to meet awesome people. And for me, I'm really happy that I got to meet someone new, and she's been super amazing. You know, we both love animals. He respects that I love coffee, and he respects the fact that, you know, I do a lot of things in my spare time to where I don't get to talk a lot, and she understands privacy and space. And to me, it's a cool thing, and I really appreciate that. And I'm not gonna say, you know, oh, she's the one I have to stop dating or anything, or I have to stop looking at a Bumble. But for me, it's a, you know, I'm not trying to find, I guess, a replacement or anything. I'm happy where I'm at right now. Not because of just her, but just because of who I am and how I've been for the last couple of years. Like, I'm happy and I'm more stable now than where I was before or the last couple of years. Yeah, that's been my life. And, you know, if you guys are enjoying this, like I said, please like, subscribe, and love to hear guys. If you guys have any comments, feedback, violent reactions, or your complaints. But if there are topics you want me to talk about, feel free to comment. Feel free to message me as well if you want. If you ever do need advice or help, I'm not gonna say I'm the best, but I can give an advice or two. I wouldn't say to fully commit to the advice or to take it up, you know, take on the advice fully. But I do love helping people out. I do love hearing people out, and I do love listening to people in general. So more stories to come, and if there are, like I said, things you want me to talk about, please let me know. If there are some games you want me to play, let me know as well. I'll keep yapping and playing, and I'll keep entertaining a lot of y'all. So thank you so much, and whether you're having a good day or a bad day, I just want to let you know that you are loved. I know it's corny, but in my opinion, I think it's valid that you are still loved by others. And if you're ever in a jam or in a rut, you feel like no one's gonna listen to you, just let me know. I'll be there. Be there to help you, and I'll be there to support you. And whatever you're going through. So yeah, I hope you have an awesome week ahead of you. To more videos and to more life. Peace.